The Necrons are not returning as a single empire. They are awakening as many. They do not rise together. They do not act with one will. They do not share a unified purpose. What emerges across the galaxy is not a restoration, but a fragmentation of dynasties, of command structures, of intentions that no longer align. And each of them remembers the galaxy differently. The Necrons did not disappear from the galaxy. They entered what is known as the Great Sleep. This was not an accident. It was not a retreat born from panic. It was a calculated decision after the war in heaven. The Necrons had defeated their enemies, but the galaxy they remained in was unstable. Their forces were diminished. Their position was no longer secure, and so they chose to wait. Entire civilizations were placed into stasis, encased within tomb worlds, hidden beneath planetary surfaces, preserved across millions of years, not to survive, but to return later. The awakening of the Necrons is not a single event. It does not occur at one moment in time. It happens gradually across different worlds, under different conditions. Some tomb worlds awaken automatically, triggered by internal systems, long-set timers, predefined conditions. Others awaken because they're disturbed, excavated, damaged, or activated by outside interference. This is why the Necrons appear suddenly, not because they arrived, but because they were uncovered. Across the galaxy, worlds that were believed to be empty or dead are revealed to contain entire civilizations, waiting beneath the surface. Not all Necrons awaken in the same state. Time has not passed cleanly for them. Even in stasis, degradation occurs. Memory becomes incomplete. Command structures fail. Some awaken with full awareness, retaining their identity, their purpose, their authority. Others awaken partially, confused, unstable, or diminished. What returns is not always what was preserved. This creates variations between dynasties. Some operate with precision, others with inconsistency. Some retain their hierarchy. Others fracture into disordered forces. The Necrons are organized in the dynasties. Each dynasty functions as its own political and military structure. At the top of a dynasty is a pharaoh, a ruler with absolute authority over their domain. Beneath them are overlords, commanders responsible for individual tomb worlds or regions. Below them are lords and cryptex, each fulfilling specialized roles: military, technological, administrative. This structure determines how a dynasty behaves. Some dynasties are centralized, others acting with clear direction. Others are fragmented, their leadership weakened or lost, leading to instability and internal conflict. Tomb worlds are the foundation of Necron presence. They are not colonies. They are not forward bases. They are entire civilizations placed in stasis, distributed across the galaxy. Many are hidden, buried beneath existing worlds, unknown to even the Imperium. This is why Necrons appear without warning. A world can seem stable, secure, under full control until something beneath it activates. The Necrons do not need to travel to the galaxy. They are already within it. The Necrons are not united. They do not act as a single empire. Each dynasty operates independently, with its own priorities, its own interpretation of the past, and its own goals for the future. Some seek to restore their former territories. Others pursue expansion. Others act without clear direction at all. Conflict between dynasties is common. Territory is contested. Authority is challenged. The Necrons do not only fight other factions. They fight each other. This internal division prevents them from acting as a unified force, even as they continue to expand their presence. The Imperium encounters the Necrons as an external threat. It identifies them as an invading force and responds accordingly. Military doctrine is applied. Territory is defended. Worlds are reinforced. But this understanding is incomplete, because in many cases, the Necrons are not arriving. They are emerging. A world believed to be secure may already contain a tomb complex beneath its surface. A battlefield may already exist within Necron territory without the Imperium recognizing it. The Imperium fights to reclaim control, but the Necrons are not taking it. They are revealing that it was never lost. This creates a fundamental mismatch. One side responds to invasion. The other operates from prior presence. The Eldari recognize the Necrons as an ancient threat, one they have encountered before. Their understanding is deeper than that of the Imperium, but it is still limited. The Eldari rely on foresight, prediction, and the manipulation of future outcomes. They attempt to avoid unfavorable events, or they intervene before they fully develop. But the Necrons do not operate through uncertainty. They do not rely on probability. They follow predetermined structures and long-established objectives. This makes them difficult to anticipate because they do not change in response to expectation. The Eldari can delay outcomes. They can redirect events, but they cannot fully prevent a process that continues over time. The orcs encounter the Necrons through direct conflict. They recognize them as an enemy and respond with force. This approach appears effective at first. Necron bodies can be destroyed. Their constructs can be dismantled. Their forces can be disrupted. But destruction does not end the threat, because Necron units can be restored, reassembled, or replaced. What is defeated does not always remain defeated. The orcs escalate in response, increasing force, increasing intensity, but this does not resolve the underlying problem, because the Necrons are not limited by the same conditions. They do not rely on momentum. They do not require sustained pressure. They continue, and continuation cannot be defeated through force alone. The awakening of the Necrons changes the structure of the galaxy, not through sudden conquest, but through gradual reactivation. Each tomb world that awakens adds another point of control, another region influenced by an ancient power. This process is ongoing. It does not occur all at once, and it does not stop. The Imperium attempts to reclaim what it believes is being taken. The Eldari attempt to predict what has already been set into motion. The orcs attempt to destroy what cannot remain destroyed. And each of them fails in a different way, because they are responding to the Necrons as a threat instead of recognizing them as a condition. The Necrons are not a single returning empire. They are a growing number of active dynasties, each one expanding, each one asserting control, each one reshaping the regions around it. The Necrons are often described as a returning force, as an ancient empire rising again. But this is not accurate. They are not returning as one. They are awakening as many. Fragmented, independent, and often in conflict with each other. What is emerging is not a unified power, but a distributed one across the galaxy beneath its surface. Within worlds already claimed, the Necrons continue to awaken. And with each awakening, the structure of the galaxy changes. Not suddenly, but permanently. You are listening to Cog, Eternal, and in the 41st millennium, what appears to be a resurgence is the gradual return of something that was never truly gone.